wameshinda ligi. Lakini je, do they win every season? Wamerudia wale tena. Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Manchester City. Why? Because winning is easy, but remaining a winner is difficult. Because there's a cost involved. Now, how many of us here accept the saying? Maarifa ni nguvu. We've heard of this, right? Knowledge is power. Knowledge is information is power. Wangapi ambao tunakubali na huo msemo? We accept this. How many of us? We agree with this? How many of us disagree with this? Knowledge is power. Okay, those who agree, why? Who raised their hands? I'll ask ma'am. Yes. Why is knowledge power?
Okay, from my perspective, I'm going to make it more an example.
Sure.
I might have money, right? A lot of money, and she might possess some knowledge. For instance, we want to start a company, and she's got the knowledge to start the company and have the money. If I don't have that, I don't have the power to bring it up.
Very interesting.
I can't bring it up. I'll probably use the money to buy stuff, or I might even buy computers and everything that needs to start up a company, but not knowing how to use them, not knowing how to function them. If she is present with me, we can actually make something work. Good part for her. She has knowledge, but she doesn't have money. She can use her knowledge to channel it. She can channel the money, and the money will come to her because she can use her knowledge to bring it. I can't use my money to buy knowledge. I have to strive to get the knowledge. I have to learn. I have to look. I have to study. I have to take time, input something into it so that I can get the knowledge by using money, of course. But she has the knowledge, but she doesn't have the money. She could look for ways to get the money. She could get sponsors for the money. So I think, in my perspective, I think knowledge is actually power.
Okay, very good, excellent. Round of applause to this. That's a very interesting answer. Very interesting answer. But can I play the devil's advocate?
Okay.
Okay? And I want support as well. I want this to be an interesting debate. Okay, there was this debate in school that which is more important, education or knowledge? Education or money? Obviously, they put me in a tough spot, so they put me on the side of money. But then I came to realize that, okay, there is a two-sided argument when it comes to this. How? Ma'am herself proved it. First, ma'am said what? Well, but knowledge is more important. And there's this actor in Bollywood, I don't know if I'm sure you all know him, Amitabh Bachchan. Yeah, we all know Amitabh Bachchan. In his speech, he once said that money will eventually go away. You spend 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, more. Even if you're very rich, money does decrease, whether you like it or not. But knowledge never decreases. If I share my knowledge with you, that doesn't mean now I don't have the knowledge, right? In fact, they say that if I share, I enhance my own understanding. That is why even when I used to be a student, I loved teaching others because it retains information in my head. Even before giving a speech, I normally speak before my parents, before I come to the public. Why? First of all, practice. Secondly, I aim at understanding my speech more. You don't listen to your speech. But then there's another side to this argument. The other side is, first of all, how do you get knowledge? Before attending any seminar, an expensive seminar, need money. Before going to school, good school, need money. Okay? One. Number two, there's another side to this as well. There are a lot of people who have PhDs, masters, but somehow they don't have employment. Somehow they don't have money. So now, that means knowledge is not power. Because if knowledge was power, they would at least be somewhat successful. Why are they still looking for jobs? Sometimes when they're protesting, and we are blaming the government, and why? Alright, they have their perspective, it's their right. It's a constitutional right to protest. Okay? Now, my question is, what do you guys think? I want to open the floor, so let's go. Is knowledge power? Then I'll give my perspective as well. So let's see. Is knowledge power or not? Yes.
On the aspect of people before having PhD and
Yes.
masters and degrees, I can say that knowledge is quite different from education because knowledge involves intellect.
Interesting.
Because I can study, like I can frame, I can answer my questions, all right, pass my exams very colorfully. But the moment I'm out of there, less than half an hour, I don't remember what I've written because I craved it. Now, I earned my PhD and you tell me that I deserve that PhD because my certificate says so, but I'm not knowledgeable about what I was studying. I'm just educated about it, but I don't have any intellect towards it. I don't have anything that comes from within to have an interest in what I was studying. So knowledge and education is quite
Different.
different.
Very interesting. So she's saying that Jazz has a distinction between knowledge and education. Okay? Somebody else with a different perspective. How about one of our esteemed photographers? I want to hear their views. Knowledge is power. Do you agree or disagree? Is knowledge power or not? Or is money more important?
They correlate, but
I know the
I-
answer to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Subjective, right?
Yes.
Yes. So
It's more of a two-way traffic.
yeah,
Okay.
Knowledge is power because through knowledge it opens the doors to a vast of opportunities.
Okay.
Whether it be, let's say, I'm a graduate from Simbasc University of Tanzania. I graduated in business administration. That is the knowledge that I believe, or my family believes, that I am knowledgeable in administrating a business. Okay? Or I believe that I don't. It's gonna be fair. So I believe that I am capable, or I have the power to administer a business, which is my photography business. Okay? So that is the power. So through that, it is where I have vast opportunities. The doors to various opportunities are open. So knowledge is power. But still, at the end of the day, in order for you to acquire knowledge,
Yes.
you need money so that you can acquire knowledge. Whether it's you learn by YouTube, whether it's you go to school. In school, we pay school fees. It's money so that we get knowledge, of which in the long run, the knowledge that we have is supposed to generate money again. So it's a more of a two-way traffic. For instance, if it's on a YouTube, let's say I'm learning tutorials about photography on YouTube, I need mobile data so that I can go stream, so that I can go learn. That is money, that is form of payment that I need so that I can get more knowledge on my subject area so that I make more. So it's a more of a two-way traffic thing.
Okay, I think that deserves a big hand. You know, if you don't clap properly, I get very offended. Okay, let me simplify everything. Let me make it very simple. First of all, very interesting discussion. And good that we didn't have, whenever there's a debate, it's good to be civil. It's good to make sure you listen to the other perspective rather than getting emotional. That is something that we all need to learn. Many a times when we get into debates, whether it be religious debates, political debates, tempers tend to flare and we end up getting divided amongst ourselves. You know, the biggest problem that the world right now faces, very simple. We just don't want to listen. We don't want to listen to the other perspective. We want to stick to our own view. No, it is important that you say, you know what, I will still stick up for what I believe in, but I will make sure that I respect the other person's opinion. Now, let me simplify this. I don't agree with this. Knowledge is power. Maarifa sio nguvu. Maarifa yanayofanyiwa kazi ndio nguvu. Yani knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. As man said, kuna mtu ana PhD, ana masters kwenye biashara, business administration, but he does not know the ABC of running a business. Now what is the point? So you learn, you get education, but you apply the education that you get. ukija hapo unajifunza kuhusu afya ya akili. You get some beneficial tips. Na sio tu unaondoka kutoka hapo and your life goes back to the same circle. Hapana, unajibadilisha, unajiboresha. You say, what did I learn? I learned 1, 2, 3, 4 from the seminar. So I will apply them. So maarifa sio nguvu, maarifa yanayofanyiwa kazi ni nguvu. Okay? Na ili upate mafanikio lazima uwe tayari kulipa gharama. That's what we are discussing. So our topic is discovering joy in the process, finding joy in the process. But even to find the joy, it is important for us to bear a cost. Pay a cost. Now, Nkuruma, Amogabe tunamfahamu Nkuruma.
Yes, you understand.
Okay, who is Nkuruma, sir?
Ni from Ghana, ambaye alichampion Ghana kupata independence of Ghana.
Alright, now Mwalimu Nyerere,
I'm a historian.
yeah, it's perfect. Haina shida. Na Nkuruma alivyompa taarifa Mwalimu Nyerere kuhusu Ghana kwamba ni nchi ya kwanza Afrika iliyopata uhuru. So they're out of colonialism. The colonialists are out and it was the first African country to gain independence. Nchi ya kwanza Afrika iliyopata uhuru. Sasa Mwalimu Nyerere alikuwa Scotland, alifurahia maisha yake ya kuweteka. Yani Mwalimu Nyerere was doing very well for himself. He didn't have to come back here. Lakini Mwalimu Nyerere alipopata taarifa kwamba watu weusi wamepata uhuru, ilimpa hamasa. He was inspired. He was, say with me, inspired. Kwamba watu weusi walidhani kwamba a lot of people in Africa, anybody, walikuwa wanadhani kwamba hatuwezi kuishi bila hawa wakoloni. Our lives cannot persist without these colonialists. Lakini Mwalimu Nyerere alidhani kwamba kama Ghana inaweza kufanikisha nchi yake ipate uhuru, why not Tanzania? Kwa hiyo mwaka 1961 Mwalimu Nyerere alipigania uhuru wa Tanzania na alipata. He was able to get independence for Tanzania. Lakini kwamba Tanganyika, yes. Now known as Tanzania. Oops, no worries. Thank you, sana Tanganyika. Lakini inabidi ujiulize swali moja. Kama Mwalimu Nyerere angeendelea kubweteka, kama Mwalimu Nyerere angeendelea na masomo yake Scotland au na maisha yake Scotland, je, leo hii tungepata mafanikio ya uhuru? Would we have achieved independence? Maybe we would. After a few years, maybe 70s, maybe 80s, maybe we'll be like South Africa. Right? Kuna nchi nyingi sana wamepata uhuru, lakini kuna nchi moja walisema bwana, kumbe nchi zingine pia zimepata uhuru, kwa hiyo we can also fight for independence. We're very late to get independence. Lakini inabidi tujiulize kwamba if Mwalimu Nyerere would not have paid the cost, kwa sababu alilipa gharama. Leo hii, if you want success, you have to bear a cost. Kwa hiyo if you want joy and happiness, there's a cost that is entailed. Okay. Warren Buffett ni nani? Warren Buffett, mwekezaji maarufu sana katika ulimwengu. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world. Yeye pia anasema sasa yeye anajulikana sana kwa uwekezaji wake kwenye soko la hisa, share market. Lakini yeye huwa anasema kwamba uwekezaji bora ni kuwekeza ndani yako. Yani the best investment is investing in yourself. Our moderator for today, MC wetu, mshereheshaji, mwanzoni alisema kwamba when we come here, why do we come here? For ourselves. Right? We come here for ourselves, to share, to listen to others, to hear about other people's journey, and to get inspired. Kwa hiyo uwekezaji bora ni uwekezaji, ni kuiwekeza ndani yako, yani self-investment. So I'll end with this, about bearing a cost in order to get happiness and success. Larry Bird alijulikana kuwa mchezaji wa kawaida sana kwenye mpira wa kikapu, basketball. Right? Basketball in Kiswahili is mpira wa kikapu. Right? Okay? Na aliamua kufanya kitu kisicho cha kawaida kabisa, kitu ambacho ni out of this world. What did he do? Sasa yeye alishagundua kwamba mimi ni mchezaji wa kawaida sana, lakini there's something maybe I can do in order to be valuable. Niwe mtu wa thamani. Yes, we have our limitations. Sisi si wote tuna changamoto zetu, lakini kuna kitu ambacho tunaweza kukifanya ili tuweze kuongeza thamani, our own self value, thamani yetu wenyewe. Aliamua kwamba kila siku asubuhi kabla hajaenda shule awe anarusha mpira mara 500 times. We know basketball, right? Something like this, okay? So we throw the ball. Alisema kwamba kila siku nilijaribu mara 500 kufunga. Okay, sometimes alipata, sometimes alikosa, lakini alijifunza polepole. Na hali kadhalika, baada ya muda, Larry alijulikana kama ni mchezaji hodari, mchezaji mbunifu wa mitupo ya mipira, consistent free throw shooter. Yani maybe speed is not that fast, lakini kwenye kushoot, he was the best. Kuna wachezaji wengi sana tunawafahamu, they are not so good in other areas, lakini kuna area fulani tunajua this guy is the best. When it comes to shooting, this guy is too good. Na alisaidia timu yake the Boston Celtics kushinda taji la dunia mara 3. What do we learn from this? In order to achieve success, ili kupata mafanikio, ili kupata furaha in the process, you must be willing to bear a cost. So, what is that cost? You can be sharing with someone. That's vulnerability. When you share with someone, you are accepting that you are vulnerable, but that's part of life. That's part of finding your happiness. Because if you don't share, then you won't find a solution. How? I'll give you one example and I end. Some people are like, maybe still mtu wa kuzungumza sana. You have to be someone who shares. Why? If you go today, let's say cafe, you go to a cafe, sema kwamba I won't eat. Sawa, unataka kula nini? What do you want to eat? Siwezi kusema. Now how will you get the food that you want? Sawa, if you go on a flight, unamwita air hostess, unamwambia I want a drink. Okay, which drink? Sijui. Now what will she bring? So you have to be clear. You have to be clear in terms of what you share. You should always be willing to share in order to get what you want. In order to find a solution, you must be willing to share and let it out. Of course, with the right people. Thank you very much.
It's okay. Wow. Yeah, you can give us room for questions.
Okay.
Kuna watu wanagawa.
Mimi nilidhani kwamba nikuachilie wewe kwanza kidogo alafu irudi kwako. Tumezungumza sana ndio maana au sio?
Really?
Hamjachoka?
Actually, I think it's best if they have questions from the first session and
Sure.
okay, then
Fine.
welcome.
Nimezoea sana maji.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so, hi again. Okay, mine is not actually a question, but more of something that crossed my mind. When you said that knowledge is not power, but applied knowledge is power. But if I apply power and choose not to apply it, isn't that different? Because I can acquire knowledge, it is power, like I've acquired it now, but I choose not to apply it. I wouldn't say that knowledge is not power, because it is still power, I just chose not to do anything about it. So, I don't know how should I pose this question. I feel like knowledge is still power. Like, not that applied knowledge is power, but knowledge is still power, but I just don't choose to do anything. Like, does anyone have a different view from that?
Let's just say, who's the father of power, like electricity? Father of electricity. Nyie unaofanya video, who's the father of electricity?
This guy who got electrocuted using a kite.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, he got electrocuted using a kite. was testing the electricity theory. I actually don't remember the name, but I experienced it upon the men.
I guess we
check
can
Google.
answer YouTube.
Yeah.
No, I Google, that's correct.
You never said don't use Google.
In the Saudi.
You can use Google. Go to like I want to know. Okay, let's just use an example here. Let's say I created, let's say we had to not see water, and then I created a mobile, a functioning mobile, but I just didn't choose to share the knowledge to the public that we can actually talk through voices. It's still power because I have access to that knowledge. If I share it, it is power, but also having it, it's already power on my side. Maybe it's gonna be power that is just laying there because I'm not using it with anyone, but probably I might die and my grandson, like, this is useless. Give it to somebody else who has the knowledge for it, and they'll just bring it out in the open. I mean, it's what happens to viruses and these things. Somebody creates an experiment for a disease somewhere and something goes wrong, and years later somebody just releases it and it becomes a disaster. It's still power. However, it just transforms. Am I making any sense?
But when you create the phone, here you have to apply the knowledge that you had to make the phone, even though for yourself. So still apply knowledge. I get what you're saying, but even you're like, okay, but I might have knowledge, but I'm not using the knowledge. Now using the knowledge is help to apply that, to prevent it.
It's not like you're working in school.
Yes.
So it's like knowledge comes with the knowledge skill. And you won't be skill to research with them.
Definitely. So it's an interesting perspective here. So again, the saying is right, knowledge is power. But just to make it a bit more clear, it's good to use applied knowledge as power. So you're right, you're 100% right, knowledge is power. But knowledge becomes much more powerful. So I'm not disagreeing with you, it becomes much more powerful when you are applying that knowledge. So you can have an economic policy in your head, that this economic policy can change the country. So when Dr. Magufuli, when he said that we are going to increase government spending on infrastructure, on healthcare, on education, that's something that he thought of doing. But a lot of presidents have said that before. But how many actually were able to apply it the way he did? Now I'm not saying that he's the best. He's one of the best, one of the greatest leaders of our country. But he was able to apply the knowledge that he had. So this is what we're trying to discuss. Okay, anybody else? It's very interesting discussion, very interesting contribution. Yes, please. Okay.
Hello, one second.
Sorry.
Okay, I have a question that I try to ask myself since the session started.
Yes.
My question is, you say that knowledge is power, but knowledge is power, but my question is about
Yes.
not when I have power, so that you have knowledge.
Yes.
But the